Hi everyone, this is Darren at Seek to Insure, and on today's episode of Frequently Asked Questions, I'm going to be looking at pre-existing conditions and looking at the insurer's definition of what a pre-existing condition actually is. So it's quite a common misconception out there that for a condition to be pre-existing, it's something which has to be on your medical records. So whilst the first port of call for an insurer when they're looking into your claims history will be your medical records, it's also crucial that you understand that a pre-existing condition can be in place before you've even seen a doctor in the eyes of the insurer. Now what I mean by that is it's best unpacked by looking at the definition of a pre-existing condition, and I'm going to be using one of the insurers that I work for's policy wording for this. So the way that they define a pre-existing condition is something which clearly showed itself, you had signs or symptoms of, you asked for advice about, you received treatment for, and to the best of your knowledge, you were aware that you had. So when you do have an issue and you go to see a doctor, the likelihood is that the doctor's questions are going to cover several of these areas. He's going to ask how long you've had symptoms for, how long you've been feeling unwell for, and you will normally disclose that information to the doctor and it will go on your medical record. So the key takeaway here is, as it is with any case, is that you need to get an insurance policy in place before you get sick, before you start to experience symptoms, in order to negate the risk later down the line of an insurance company turning around and saying, hey, that was a pre-existing condition. We've read your medical records. We can see that you experienced symptoms long before you took out a policy with us. Therefore, we're not going to pay your claim. So, pre-existing condition, it's not as simple as simply something which you've been to see the doctor about. It can start a long time before that. If you've got any questions, feel free to give me a call or to drop me an email at darren@seektoinsure.com. Many thanks.